to Zoe Your Own. It's 26 degrees here where I am in Norfolk today, and I think I can see a whole load of flying ants just lifting off of my patio. I think that's what they are. So here you go. I don't know how well you can see them, but I cut the grass and pulled some stuff out of here this morning, and yeah, it's obviously disturbed all of these ants. Oh my god, there's so many of them. They're all along. It's literally all along here. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of ants, and I think one has just flown into my hair. Oh, and another one has. Look all them in there. Crikey. Sorry about that little distraction. I just can't help myself sometimes. And I can still see them. There must be hundreds and hundreds there. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of flying ants. Anyway, I must get back to it. Not quite what I had planned. Oh, they're all over me now. So I went to just go and shut. I've got some like bug nets on my patio door. So I just went to go and shut my bug nets on my patio door. And all on the inside of my patio door was thousands and thousands of ants, normal ants and flying ants. I can still see some on my little wall. Literally within 5 minutes that happened. Why does that happen? I don't really know why. And now I feel like I've just got ants crawling all up my legs. There's another one. Ugh. I don't really like using too much chemicals, but I didn't really know how to get rid of them in the house, so I have unfortunately had to use ant powder inside. But then where I could see where they were all outside, I just hosed them down, and that seems to have calmed them down. I hope that was the right thing to do. I think I've got another one in my... I have! Oh, they are everywhere. God. Right, hopefully I'm going to be able to maintain my concentration for today's video now. So today we are back on Potgang stuff. And I have some good news, and I also have some bad news. So the good news is my Harriet honeycombs have done really, really well. But the bad news is my cucamelons, Carlos cucamelons and Bruno basil have not fared so well, unfortunately. But I do think I know what went wrong. So because our weather has been so damp, I'm still battling slugs and snails. I did have one I spotted the other day lurking down here, snail that I got sent in the slinger into the conifers. But yeah, I've had a couple of slugs and snails in here, annoyingly. And when it was really, really damp, I thought, oh, I know. I'm going to stick half a bottle on top of here to keep the slugs and snails out. Of which it was all right when it was damp, and they weren't, they were doing all right in here. The same with the basil. But then we had a hot day like today. I didn't realise it was going to be quite as hot. I didn't have a chance to take the bottle lid off because I was at work. By the time I come home from work, they were all wilted, and that's both the basil and the cucamelons. So then I took the bottle lid off, kept the bottle lid off. Got flying ants in here. And then I came out here every day, and it was about 3 days that after I'd taken the lid off that they did sadly die, and nothing happened to him. I wasn't really sure what to do. There was another ant on my leg. I came out, I talked to them, I tried singing to them. That probably didn't help, and to no avail. Although there is still a little bit of green on the basil, so that might survive, but I'm not really too sure. I doubt it. But I do know that one of the things that, other than leaving a bottle on when it got too hot, is I hadn't actually put any holes in it. And I realised that all I could have done on this one is just taken the lid off, so there wasn't any ventilation. So I think I essentially just suffocated them, which I'm not gonna lie, I am a bit gutted, because I've never grown cucamelons before and I was really excited for them. But it is all still a learning curve. At least I know not what to do next time. Is that the right sentence? I don't really know. But yeah, so it's a bit of a shame, but we live and we learn. But at least we have the good news of our Harriet honeycomb, and there are some flowers coming in on this one here. So I'm going to put them in their forever home, I think. I will just say, if you are scared of spiders, look away now. Look at this beast. Yeah, I'll put a toilet roll. Yes, that's a toilet roll middle, just a standard size toilet roll middle next to that spider. Yeah, what should we call him? Oh, he's a quick little guy. Okay, you're safe to look again now if you're scared of spiders. I was at work the other day. I can't remember which job I was at. But I moved something, and I had a spider not too far off the size of that guy, just randomly, crawling up my arm. I'm not scared of spiders. I love nature. But I did squeal like a little girl because he made me jump. Literally came out of nowhere. I think I'm over my distractions for now anyway. So let's get my Potgang stuff. Right, so unfortunately I don't need this one anymore. And I don't need this one anymore. Oh, that really is a shame. I am really gutted. Oh, maybe it's because I also bit off a bit more than I can chew. I don't know. I have got quite a lot on the go. And I think I'm going to put 2 in one and then one in the other. I also don't need these lovely cute little stickers, but because I have got 2 pots. Sorry, I just can't help myself. I have got 2 pots. I have got 2 pot fuel thingy-majiggies that they sent, and plenty of compost. So I'm going to put I'm going to put 2 in one. I think the one that's already flowering, I'm going to put one in its own, and then the other 2 I'll put in together. Right, okay. So I've done that bit, the get her racing. So I now need to get her fruiting. When she's 50 centimetres high, I think that's about good. It's really warm in this greenhouse. I think I might have to step outside. Oh. So it is warm in there, but it's still not too warm to drink tea. Okay, so when she's 50 centimetres high, it's time to graduate her into her big pot. It's the same process before. Fill the big pot with compost, moisten it and make a deep hole in the middle. Ease Harriet and her compost out of her small pot before dropping it into the hole. Bury her up to the leaves, with compost fully filling the pot. Take 1 of the pot fuel tablets. Well, I've got 2, so I'm going to put 1 in each pot for the tomatoes. Snap it in half and push the pieces 10 centimetres down the side of the pot. It's important to water her compost most days, as she hates it dry. Now that I did already know, because I have grown tomato plants for a couple of years now. I think I started with tomatoes and potatoes, and I do know that tomatoes are quite thirsty guys. Put her outside in your sunniest spot just in the daytime to begin with. After a week or 2 she'll be adjusted and ready to stay out there for good. Well, now that bit, I feel like I've got an ant up my leg. Well, now that bit I am going to defer a little bit, because I did have her get into that stage next door in the OG. So I think once I've potted them on into these pots, I am just going to put her next door. And when I'm putting her next door, I'll show you how everything's getting on in there quickly as well. Honestly, my cucumbers are going mad. Whew. Yeah, that's very, very warm. Very warm in there, so I'm going to do this out here. I mean, it is still warm out here, to be fair. It isn't cold. I feel like I've got an ant in my boot. I really don't mind nature. I love nature. It's really good for the soul and everything, but there are just some bugs, like ants, that they just make you itch. And then you got them pesky, horrible slugs that just make your skin crawl. Oh, and I had a friend that I was chatting to the other day. And she had called them something. Oh my goodness me, I can't remember what it was. But I was at work when I read the message, and I absolutely howled with laughter as to what she'd called them. Something about a willy sticking to a leg or something or other. Oh, I'm not going to do it any justice. So I'll have to find the message and yeah, and attach it so you could read it. Right. I don't know why I've done this like this. I should have just, yeah, tipped the bag up. That would have been much easier. That's how I'm going to finish it off. Oh no, I'm going to leave that amount like that. Right. And I did put on 4, but unfortunately one of them didn't really, I think it got snapped, but then it hasn't totally died off. So I think I might still give it a go and see what happens. Right, come on then, Harriet. Oh, look at them roots. Oh, that's impressive. Oh, and I don't know if you can tell this hard crusty bit on the top here. That is coffee grounds. Because I didn't trust those slugs whatsoever. Right, so I think I'm going to put that nice big one in there, and then that little one in there, and then I think I'm going to put these guys in this one. Alright, so let's bury her in there nice and deep. Oh, that's not an ant, that's a different type of bug. Okay, so I was today years old when I learned that if you have an alarm set on your phone whilst recording, your phone will just stop recording. Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, I can't really remember where I got to, and I just double checked. So yeah, I've got the one that's got flour in here, and then the other 2 in here. So I'm not too sure what's going on today. I don't know if it's my phone or whether it's operator error. But either way, I thought I was recording when I just put the pot fuel in, but it turns out that I wasn't. Although to be fair, I'm kind of a bit relieved that it didn't record actually, because it was quite embarrassing trying to break the pot fuel up. But the pot fuel are in there. I need to stick some bamboo sticks in. Okay, so I think it's my phone. I think it's getting quite warm outside. And I don't think it likes it very much. But I am in the process of saving up for a GoPro. I've been working very hard so I can get one. But it says, it says here, take a look at picture 3. She'll have some small shoots growing between the stems and branches. So this is, picture 3. And it says that we need to cut these off so she puts all energy into tomato growth. I didn't do that on any of my other tomato plants. Could that be why they're struggling? I haven't pruned them in any... Well, in terms of pruning, I've just taken off the stuff that... like the stuff that's sort of like gone a little bit yellowy and browny. Oh, is it too late to prune them? Okay, because it is so warm in both greenhouses, my phone's really struggling. Oh, so I've had to try and, had to put my phone in the shade a bit and open the door right up as this. Honestly, it's mad how much difference it makes having the door open in here. It is still very hot, but so much cooler already. But hopefully that means that my other tomatoes will start to colour off soon. But I do think I know what I've done wrong on those. Oh yeah, my phone is really struggling. It keeps just stopping recording. Not ideal. But there we go. So I'm going to have to go old school and go a bit handheldy. Although that's quite a nice backdrop, isn't it? Just tomatoes galore. Right, so I think I'm going to have to have another rearranging here as well, so I can have all of my... These are obviously my original tomatoes. These are now my new ones. And I've got my salad in there, but I think I might need to move that out and put those all along there. But look at the size of this, Bessie. And there's another one in here, but there's no sign of it changing any colour or anything, and ripening up. And they just keep getting bigger and bigger. And they've got sort of a bit of a different shape to them. So I have a funny feeling that these might be beef tomatoes that I have sown, which would really teach me to read the label. I mean, I'm not upset by that. And I don't know if these ones are the same. Yeah. Oh, so I had to go and put my phone indoors and let it cool down for a minute. It was a really not happy, not even in the shade outside. So I really do think I need to get myself a GoPro, especially if this means that we now have summer and it is actually going to be nice. Fingers crossed. But whilst my phone was cooling down, was cooling down indoors, I now I have more ants up my legs as well, because I've been near where the ants' nests are. Oh, sorry about the wobble there. But yeah, whilst my phone was cooling down, I moved a couple of things around in here. When I say a couple of things, I moved the salad tray from in there to out there. And when I moved it, I discovered 3 massive fat slugs. So they obviously went in the slug slinger. And I've now put that salad tray outside near my herbs. I don't think anything's going to happen for it now this year. And yeah, so that could just stay out there now. But I'll show you what I've done. So yeah, the salad tray was in here. So I've just, as I said, taken that out and put that outside and put the 2 tomatoes in here. I've just stuck some canes in them with just some green ties that you get from a shop. And then I've put this one in here as well. Crazy nasturtiums. Look at them, look. They're going, oh, and that's a random shoot off of that tomato plant that's gone a bit squiff, look. Let's try and tuck those nasturtiums down there a bit better. That'll do. And then what I've done with this one is this tomato plant that's crawling over, I've tied it to this cane here in the hope that that'll hold it up and won't come down here. So yeah, that's what we've done. There's lots of things buzzing around in there. And I did just have to, oh, look at that cucumber plant. Isn't it amazing? Oh, I didn't actually show you the cucumbers, did I? Look at this geezer. So yeah, I'm trying to put my hand next to it without breaking anything. But yeah, look at the size of this monster. Is that ready to harvest? I don't really know. I don't want to harvest it too soon, but then I also don't want to harvest it too late. And then I think this one, I mean, this is a pretty good one too, but I think this one, look at that. Again, in my hand, that is a pretty good sized cucumber. I think that one's ready to harvest, so I might pick that and chomp on that later. I did have to chase a white butterfly out of there about 5 minutes ago. And I'm really glad I did. And I think it was last night that I was in here and I think I spotted some eggs from that other butterfly or a caterpillar on, guess what? One of my cabbages. Can you see them here? I think it's going the wrong way, over here. Yeah, so I quickly took that leaf off and disposed of it. So hopefully I've straight up eradicated that issue and that it's not going to be an issue. Oh, there's a big bumblebee there. Oh, it's nice that they're out and about again. He's just down here on one of my lamb's leaves. I'll see if I can show you. And he's just gone in for one of my hollyhocks. Look, nice big old bumblebee. Ah, it's good to see you, mate. Oh, I thought he was going to come and land on me then. Look at that. Ah, nature's amazing, isn't it? But that is it from me for today. I've been distracted by spiders, bumblebees, butterflies. I think there's something else over there I can see out of the corner of my eye. And it's very, very warm. So I think I'm going to get a nice cool shower. Get myself, and there's a wasp in here down there as well, right near my pumpkins. I'm not such a fan of wasps. Do wasps pollinate? I don't really know. I don't really know what the purpose of wasps is. It's just to sting and be horrible. Unlike bumblebees, are actually really, really good for the ecosystem and whatever. So if someone can tell me what wasps actually do, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm now gonna go. Thank you very much for watching. As always, it is very much appreciated. It's a shame about half of my Potgang stuff, but at least I've still got my tomatoes. And there is always next year as well. And I'm not sure if it's too late in the growing season to start sowing things and whatever. So I might have a look into that and have a look into doing sort of like winter crops and stuff whatever, you know, whatever that means. And if anyone's got any hints and tips for a very much beginner when it comes to, I'm very much a beginner when it comes to summer crops, but I'm even more of a beginner when it comes to winter crops. I didn't even know that you could grow stuff in the winter. So if anyone's got any hints and tips for a total beginner on stuff like that, I'll be very, very grateful. And there's a chance you'll get a shout out in one of my videos for giving me the tips too. But so I don't turn this into another 40-minute long video that is incredibly hard to edit, I am definitely going. So I know I've already said it, but thank you very much for popping past and seeing me and seeing how everything's getting on. Come back and see me again soon, where you might get to see me chowing down on one of those massive, finger in the right way, one of those massive cucumbers. I think I can see the start of flowers coming in on my pepper plants at last as well. Woohoo! But yeah, thank you for watching. Come back and see me again soon. Enjoy the glorious sun. I know I am. We are going off to our friend Magdi and Arpe's very soon for a lovely barbecue, where one of their friends is doing some smashed burgers, with his famous year-long speciality sauce or something or other. So yeah, that should be really exciting. Definitely going this time, I promise. Oh, and I've ripped my gloves. I just so easily distracted. Oh, was that pesky butterfly? It's been teasing me all morning. Anyway, oh God, I just can't help it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon. Later, taters.